And you can't hear. Hello, hello, hello. That's better. Hello, welcome to the first podcast in quite a while. Today I was going to share some of my favourite Game Boy Advance games with everyone. So I've actually got an upcoming video where I'm going to be talking about my 15 favourite games. And they're all around the room. There you go, there's a sneak peek as to what one of them is. We won't be playing that one today though. I've decided to pick 3 really fun, really interesting games that I really enjoy. So we're going to start off with a bit of Spyro 2, Season of Flame, and then we're going to move on to Astro Boy, the Omega Factor, and then we'll finish with a bit of Kuro in Paradise. Sound like a plan? Let's get started with Spyro, Season of Flame. And let's just make sure that the sound's okay. Anyone who's watching, let me know whether the volume is alright on the game. And to show that this is my original cart. As a kid, 48 hours I put into this game, and it is 93.2% complete. But for this, let's overwrite that bottom one there. And turn it down just a little bit. Oh, it's good. Alright, excellent. Yeah, the GBA Spyro games are fantastic. Especially this one, and that's why I wanted to play this one. I didn't really like the third one as much. Spyro Adventure, I think it's called here in the UK. It's about time we finally got some vacation time, isn't it? Getting rid of all those Rhinox was a real pain in there. Hey, where is everyone? I thought we'd get a welcome home party. For sure. It's pretty cold here too. What's going on? Isn't that a Dragon Elder? Let's ask him. Oh, I love the graphics. I forgot how nice they are. Usually I don't really enjoy isometric games that much. So the fact that I actually like this says a lot. I think GBA in general has some of my favourite graphics out of any system. You're back. Something's gone horribly wrong while you're away. An army of Rhinox slipped into the Dragon Realm and stole all the Fireflies. Without Firefly magic, we're unable to breathe fire. To make matters worse... Hey, Spyro, can you still breathe fire, can't you? Sure. Whoops. I was saying, our flame's been turned to ice. The Dragon Realms have got colder and colder. Soon we'll be forced to move. No way, I've got to find whoever's responsible for this and bring all the Fireflies back. I'd better tag along. You might need some magical help along the way. Don't forget about me, Spyro. Right, let's go. Okay, we have action. I've got to remember the controls and figure out how they map to an Xbox controller, as that's what I'm using to play it on the PC. Be swift, Spyro. The Dragon Realms are fading. And there we go. Let the game begin. Those baskets could have hidden treasure inside. No way. You think I haven't played a Spyro game before? Anyway, how have you been, Gian? It's been a while since I streamed last. So, thanks for coming back. I thought Fireflies only lived in the Dragon World. How did it get here? Oh, it's hot. Try using your icy breath to catch that. Yay, thanks for the follow, Game Fan 3219. That's a lot of Game Fans. That's good. I'm glad you've been good. I've been busy. Busy working on YouTube. Busy working on work, and for some reason I just didn't find time to stream pretty much all month, but hopefully that can change soon and I'll get back to streaming more regularly because I do enjoy it. Fodder can help you get all your health back, Spyro. Charge or use your breath ability to get them butterflies. Look at that pretty glowing rock. Oh, it flew away. You captured Brimstone. Oh, these controls are taking a little bit of getting used to on this Xbox D-pad. Agent 9. Spyro, long time no see. What a pleasant surprise this is. You're a long way from home, Agent 9. What are you doing here? Oh, it's terrible. The Rhinox stole all my gems that power the world's generators. Without them, my planet is doomed. It sounds like the Rhinox Oh, stealing power sources from all the realms. We've got to stop whoever's behind this before it's too late. I'm pushing those Rhinox back towards their lair. If you help me power up this gate, I'll give them a fight. They'll never forget. Let's do it. We have to find some more of those fairy things first. So, anyone watching, have you ever played this Spyro game before? It was definitely one of my favourite GBA games growing up. For a while I would play it every day after school. According to my spell book, this power gate should temporarily make your ice breath even more powerful than it is now. You should then be able to freeze patches of shallow water for a short time. Just make sure you're not standing on the ice when it melts. Oh, by the way, here's another firefly. I think I missed one. I think I missed one earlier. Yeah, busy working on the game jam as well. I was actually working on it just before this, actually. And, yeah, we're making some really good progress. Working on a Metroidvania for anyone that doesn't know. I've been doing some programming in the background. You've played all three. Can't remember which was which though. So the first one is Season of Ice. I know this one sounds like it should be Season of Ice because you start with Ice Breath, but that was the first one. And then this one is Spyro 2, Season of Flame. And then the third one is Spyro Adventure, or it is here in the UK. I think it has a different name in America. And I didn't really like that one much. It was all kind of open world style, and it was very strange. But this one's fantastic. Anyway, these vases are kind of built like baskets, but a bit tougher. Use the R button to charge, and we can get what's inside. Or, weirdly, on this controller, it's actually the right trigger, not the right button. I tried having it as the right button, but it didn't feel good because they were a bit too high up. So I thought I would put it on there and try it that way. Now, I don't know where I need to actually go and freeze to use this. I need 10 to use that one. There must be some water I need to freeze somewhere. Let's follow this stream. Hey, there's one! Get back here. That's 3. I think we can go into an actual level now. Oh. Maybe it doesn't mean that sort of water then. What does Hunter want? You look a little rusty since your vacation, Spyro. Let's practice jumping. Follow me. Is this the speed of the game on original hardware? Yeah, I presume so. I mean, I'm playing it on the GB operator, but it doesn't feel any different to how I remember it. Not bad. Let's see if you can make a long one. Yeah, with the very short amount of screen space that you've got in the GBA, it's very easy to fly off. Oh no, how am I supposed to do that? Ah, glide, not dash. This one's probably a mix of both. I think it is just a pretty fast game in general. Press the A button near the end of your glide to hover. Hovering can give you a bit of extra distance. Let's see if we can... Oh, you can't dash and hover at the same time. You know that little hover flutter thing at the end? I really miss that every time I go back to playing Spyro 1, and it doesn't have it. Hey, I found this little bug dude. Burning a hole in my pocket. Let me freeze him for you. We found a sundial that doesn't do anything. Country farms. Apparently you don't even need any of the things to go into this one. Look at that cool 3D Spyro as well. I'm presuming it's just pre-rendered, but it looks cool. And that's always so satisfying. That, just the sound effects and all the gems flying out of Spyro. I love it. Especially on the PS1 games. And I've been actually playing the collection on the Switch recently as well. Which is actually a really good port. What a cute little dragon. I wish my poor sister Daisy were here to see this. Those terrible Rhinox. ran off with her in the middle of the night, and now I fear that I'll never see her again. Would you be willing to help me find her? Okay. Okay. You don't need to ask me twice. I already said okay. Wow, that wasn't very hidden. I don't like having ice breath. You can't just kill things in one hit. One thing I forgot about this game is how fast the camera moves when you're turning. I guess it needs to, because on a small screen you'd need as much of a view as you can get, but... Okay, do I need fire to burn them or something? I presume I'll be getting the fire breath soon then. Oh, by the way, everyone who's watching, what are some of your favourite GBA games? The reason I'm doing this stream is because I've got an upcoming top Game Boy Advance games video that I'm working on, so this is kind of two birds with one stone kind of thing. I get to be here on Twitch again, and I get to record some gameplay at the same time. So what are some of your favourites? I was trying to figure out a way that we could stream this, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Not on this side of the room, anyway. Oh, a bit of slowdown then. Golden Sun's in my list. There you go. And... am I including Minish Cap? I can't remember. I was going to, but I think I decided I didn't want to include Zelda. Not sure where Minish Cap is, actually. Ah, it's over there on the shelf. Hold on. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I've got everything... oh, you can't really see that far. It's there somewhere. There it is, on the right. I've been getting my background ready for the video. But yeah, Golden Sun made the list. Or the Lost Age. That's the one I'm going to include. The sequel, which was a lot bigger than the original. Anyway, let's get back to Spyro, because this one's also on my list. But yeah, Minish Cap definitely deserves a spot. But I made a rule to make it a bit more interesting. I won't be including any Mario, any Pokemon, or any Zelda games. Because, you know, they're pretty much guaranteed to be on everyone's top games list anyway. Yoshi's Island, both Metroids, Minish Cap, Sacred Stones, Mario Tennis. Yeah, I need to get Mario Tennis for the GBA. I still don't have it. Interesting you like Sacred Stones, though. Have you played the first Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance? A lot of people have been telling me they prefer the first one. So many good games, though. What an amazing system. Wow. That's all she needed. That's not a gem. Metroid. I'm including Metroid. I'm kind of cheating. I'm going to include both of them. Which one do you prefer? I can't fit them in the frame. Which one do you prefer? Zero Mission or Fusion? I was trying to just include one of them, but in the list that I was making, I ended up crossing one out and putting the other one on there like 5 times, so in the end I'm just going to include both. Have you ever played any of the Mario Tennis or Golfs? Yeah, I've played them on Game Boy Color. I haven't played them on GBA though. Although I feel like I should do, because I know they were made by Camelot, weren't they? So they've got the proper story adventure mode to go with it. It looks really nice. Kind of like Golf Story on the Switch. I missed what she was saying then. I think I've just got Fire Breath as well. Dun, 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 dun. You select to cycle through your available breath abilities. Yeah, we get both. So we got regular old fire again now. Mario Golf for the GBA is actually ported for the GBC one. That's interesting, I didn't know that. There we go, now we can destroy those straw hut things. Ah! I like that sound effect. Ah! Oh, do they need freezing still? Yeah, they do. That's why you got to change it back. There's a fairy in a bottle. Let's see if we can 100% the level. Hey, it's a challenge portal. I bet we can find some fireflies in here and have some fun too. Okay, let's go and find out what's in here. What do we need to do in here? Is there any way you can help me? I've got to keep all this milk cold until my sister Polly comes to take it to market. But it's such a hot day, I don't think it's going to make it. Help Mabel? Yes. What do we have to do? You recently picked up Superstar Saga. That's a fantastic game. What do I need to do? Oh, okay. Just keep them cold. Easy. For how long? Not long. No, well, the milk will be fresh when it gets to the market. Yay! Thank you, little dragon. Let's get another one of the weird fairy things. We've got 9 now. And a whole bunch of gems in here too. Anything else? Also grabbed Final Fantasy Tactics and Mario vs. Donkey Kong. All 3 fantastic games. Especially Mario vs. Donkey Kong. That's so good for the GBA. It basically took everything that's good about the original Game Boy 1 that people really love, the Donkey Kong 94. And just... The only thing I'm not too keen on the GBA one is the weird 3D pre-rendered graphics are a bit hit or miss. You've been playing through a lot of Game Boy and Game Boy Color titles on the Analog Pocket. Nothing wrong with that. What have you been playing on the Game Boy Color or original Game Boy? I've been playing a bit on my Pocket recently. I actually got something really exciting earlier. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or not, but... Where is it? Oh, it's in the SP. I got this, if the camera will focus on it. It's the homebrew Tetris game that I played a few streams ago. There you go. And it actually has Rumble in the cartridge as well, which is really cool. So I finally got a proper, official physical version of it. So that's really exciting. And I played it a little bit earlier, while I was meant to be working. And it is really, really good. It's way better than any official version of Tetris on the GBA. Look, Spyro, there's a key! I bet if we find the chest that goes with it, we'll get lots of gems. Most worlds have a key and chest, so keep an eye out for them. So we have a key. Now we've got to find a chest. Do we have a map? Can't remember. We have the Atlas, which is basically the completion rates for all the games. Something that Clive and Wrench doesn't have, by the way. If you saw my video, you will have heard me complain about that. I love games that are like collectible kind of games, and they have these like map Atlas things that let you keep track of everything for the entire game. Oh, I haven't played the River King games, but I've heard they're really good. So have fun with that. Are they... Oh, I'm thinking of... There's something else as well. Stranded Kids? Survival Kids? There was something for the Game Boy Color that I really wanted that was apparently a sort of prequel to Lost in Blue for the DS. Which was a game that I really liked. Is there no map? I'm pretty sure there was a map when I played this before. Maybe not. Survival Kids. Yeah, have you ever played that? That's something I've been meaning to try and track down for a long time. I haven't been up here. They're pretty good. I think I might have one, I've just not played it, but I don't remember which one it was. There was some reason I didn't play it. Maybe I got the second one. And I know I'm also missing one of the Lost in Blue games as well. And I really enjoyed the Lost in Blue games. Has anyone ever played any of them before for the DS? There was one on the Wii as well, but I didn't really give that one much of the time of day. Can't remember what it was called. Lost in Blue Stranded or something. The second one only released in Japan. Maybe I was waiting to get a translation patch for it or something. I know I picked up a load of RPGs in Japan that didn't get released outside. I got Grandia. There's a Grandia game for the Game Boy Color. Right, there should be L and select. What a weird combo. Oh, the map doesn't really help much anyway. I guess you have to remember where you've been. Let's study the map. There's probably somewhere you have to jump to that's just out of reach or something. Pretty sure we've been everywhere. We haven't been up there yet. How did we get up there? Okay, from the platform on the other side. Let's try that. That must be where the last things are. Whoops! That's the difficulty of this game, trying not to dash into the water. Where am I now? Oh, I needed to keep going. Also, the isometric camera makes... oh, I found a new gem. Makes flying around a bit scary. Yay! Don't go in the water! I was a bit scared then. Yay, you caught the last firefly on the level. Good work, Spyro. Now we can try and get over there. Yes. And there's the last gem. Yay, we did it. 100%. And that is not the exit. That's the special stage. The exit is back this way, if I remember right. There it is. Yay, 100%. What did you all think of the first stage of the game? Nice and simple, kind of get to grips with everything. I just love this game so much. I think it's so well made. I kind of have mixed feelings about the other two. And especially mixed feelings about the 2D one, the side-scrolling game. Spyro Orange, I think it's called. Yeah, I did not have fun with that one. That was just like a weird minigame compilation thing that tied in with Crash Bandicoot. Oh yeah, speaking of Spyro, I've got something else really cool I can show you as well. So I don't know if any of you watch much, you know, on YouTube, but there's a channel I really like called Cadicarus, and he did a video about every single one of the Spyro games, but there was one that he didn't do, and I found it. It was this one for the Game Boy, for the DS actually, Spyro the Eternal Night. And the reason that this one is so interesting. Well, I was about to show you the screenshots on the back, but they actually show the console version of the game. But I've actually got it here on the 3DS. So let me show you what makes this game so interesting. Let me just go back here. Sorry for ruining the flow of the stream, by the way, but I just wanted to show you guys this. Well, if you have a look on the bottom screen there, it's actually a fully 3D platformer, not like any of the other Spyro games for the DS. Like, we'll not be able to do this on the camera. Yeah, look, it's a proper 3D Spyro game. With, I can't even figure out where the buttons are. With charge attack, you got, you know, general stuff to find, different power-ups and things. Pretty sure one of them buttons is to move the camera. There you go, you can look around in 3D. It looks really nice for the DS as well, so I'll be giving that one a play at some point. Maybe we can have another DS stream officially. But yeah, I was just really excited to find that the other day. From CEX, it was only like a $5 as well, so I just grabbed that. And I was really impressed. It was. Because there's quite a lot of different Spyro games on the DS. It's called The Eternal Night. There you go. So if anyone wants to try and track it down, that's the one to look for. The other Spyro games for the DS aren't really very good, but I'd heard good things about this one. And Addy didn't include it in his video, even though he said he covered every single Spyro game there is. So I guess you could call it a hidden gem. Oh no, money bags. Okay. It's just like being taxed. I made the mistake of checking my student loan amount the other day, and man, it's depressing. I've got so much more to pay off. And I could have so much more each month if I didn't have that. It's best not to look. I really did bum myself out over it. Right, what are we actually meant to be doing? Let's go and find another level to go into. Is this one of the kangaroo levels? Okay. Let's go and play as a kangaroo. What else did I get recently that I can show you guys while it's loading? I got this for the Switch. A visual novel called Remaster. Looks really nice. It's about a group of girls who run a game development studio. Whoa, what's going on here? I was trying to liven up the side of the canyon with some flowers, but those dodgy Rhinox have trampled all my seedlings. We need to get them grown again before they completely wilt. Let's hop to it. Yeah, don't tell the government where all the money from the loan went. They don't need to know that. It was research, okay? I did a game design degree, so I can write it off as research. Oh my god, these controls don't make any sense. Okay. Man, these controls are so weird. Sometimes I press left and it goes down, sometimes... I think it's more to do with the direction you're facing. Whoa. Oh, it's sad. Talking about back when I was at uni, there was 2 amazing game shops, and they've both closed down since I left. So it's a good job I went there when I did. Just jump and hit the B button to kick them. Retro Gym Tendo. Anguna arrived the other day. Awesome. Enjoy it. Ah, there we go. So there was still some in stock then. That's good. Oh, okay. The controls make a bit more sense now. You actually have to press both the diagonal directions. I was just pressing one, like it was kind of like Cuba style or something. No, it feels a lot nicer now. I was just playing it wrong. How do I get down there? Like that. So what I think we'll do maybe one more proper level of Spyro. And then we can move on to the next game for the night, which I think is going to be Astro Boy. He sent an email asking where the sudden influx came from. Huh. Wow. Influencer. I should be on commission. I can't even remember when I mentioned Anguna. Oh, it was my GBA... What do I call it? GBA has new games too, or something like that. Some disgusting clickbait title. That video is doing pretty well. The video I released after that, though, is doing really badly. The cancelled Game Boy Advance games one. Not sure why. Maybe people are just less interested compared to homebrew stuff. But I've got some good plans lined up for future videos. They're going to take a long time to make though, so I've got to dedicate some proper time to researching and writing these ones. But it'll be worth it in the long run. Does that mean we've got 2 left? How do you guys and girls feel about the Spyro games having different gameplay styles like this? I know some people get a bit annoyed about it and they just want to play as Spyro and not all the other characters. But I think it's fun, it breaks the pace up. Oh no! Oh, you can get rid of him, cool. Is that everything? Are there still more? Yes, there's a few more. Is that everything? Surely. Let's see how much we're missing. 18. Is there a section I haven't been to? I think there was somewhere on the left down here, wasn't there? I can see it there, I'm not sure how to get to it. Let's have a look at them. Oh, you can't get on the map on these levels. Gian says, I always liked it because it adds variety. These games would be boring if it was just 20 levels with just Spyro. Yeah, that was the main downfall with Spyro 1. There wasn't any variety. This one's pretty fun because you get the agent... What's his name? Agent 9? Missions too. I'm not sure how to get to these last few. I think I'm going back to the start here. I need to go over there somewhere. How'd you get there? Just jump off the edge. Nope. Maybe I'll just leave this level. I'm not really trying to 100% it or anything. I could spend ages trying to figure out where to go. Let's just try and finish. I think it was this way. Yeah, there we go. Oh, maybe down here. We haven't been down here. Oh, that is it. Yay, we did get 100%. That enemy was just a trap. There we go, 100% complete. So we'll do one more level, then we'll move on to whichever one of these you want to see first. So we can decide in a bit. Do you want Kurowin Paradise, or do you want Astro Boy, the Omega Factor? Well, let's go and do one more Spyro level. It is just so satisfying, picking up the gems. Well, we need 14 to get that level. Hey, the curse of falling into the water doesn't affect me here. Oh, I wonder if I can do anything with these now. Now I've got the fire breath again. 22 for that one. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. These are way too expensive. No, not that one. That's one of the Agent 9 levels. I just want to do a normal level. Shamrock Isle, have we been to that one? No, we haven't. Okay, we can do this one. Or is that just going to take me back somewhere? I don't know! Let's see where we're going. Oh, unfortunately, while I was looking through my GBA games, I seem to have misplaced some as well. So hopefully I can actually find them somewhere. Top of the morning to you, wee dragon. And welcome to Shamrock Isle. The luckiest place in all the world! Well, it used to be the luckiest place until the Rhinox came and stole our dancing horseshoe. Without it, the springs will dry up and we'll be left in the desert. I see a lot of horses around here, Spyro, but none that are dancing. Guess we'll have to look around. Remember, Spyro, some things can be changed by using your breath ability on them. Try flaming or freezing different objects to see what happens. Yay, there's a new one. And they all have different nicknames as well, just like the dragons in the regular Spyro games. Has anyone here played any of the GBA Castlevania games before? Don't forget to glide. Okay. Whoa, that was a bit of a long glide. I've been replaying Aria of Sorrow recently on the Switch, and I've been really enjoying that. If you want to see more of the screen, use your look mode, hold down the L button and use the control pad to look around. Oh, okay. Oh, if only I'd have known that sooner. That helps a lot. You're planning on playing through them and finish the first one. Cool. Did you enjoy it? It's a lot nicer now that things have backlights. I'm sure you've heard that a million times, but yeah, it was not fun playing through Circle of the Moon on the original GBA. But luckily the first time I played it was on the DS actually, using the GBA slots on the bottom. They always used to be holiday games for me. Every time we would go on holiday, I'd get whatever the latest Castlevania game is and play all the way through it. So I actually ended up playing all the way through every single one of the GBA and DS games. Thanks to just taking them on holidays with me over the years. I always used to say my favourite out of all of the handheld Castlevanias was Dawn of Sorrow. But maybe Aria's my favourite now, after playing that one so much recently. And I never really got into Order of Ecclesia that much because of the weird, what would you call it, mission structure? It just felt very different to a normal Castlevania game, like there wasn't much exploring to do. But it's not that I didn't like it. Maybe I should try and play that one again. Those rocks are huge, there's no way you'll get past those. Maybe we'll find some way to break them later. Maybe I'll get some sort of powered up charge move. Maybe. Until then, let's freeze some flowers. Because that will help. I found the dancing horseshoe! Oh my god! Gotta show that to Brian. Hey Brian, I got your horseshoe. Hooray. Where have we been? It'd be good if... Oh, it does actually uncover based on where you've been. That is good. Okay. So we need to go to the bottom right to find some new stuff. Whee! It's fun jumping off somewhere high. You can just keep floating forever. They actually did a really good job with the perspective. Because usually in isometric games, I feel like the controls are really awkward and the perspective doesn't really work. But whatever they did with this game, it just feels great. They really nailed the controls. There we go. We got our lucky token. Now let's go and explore down the bottom right. Down here. If we can. Maybe I can do a long jump. Yes! No! Almost. I can do it. You liked it? The power-up system was terribly unbalanced. You didn't like the RNG drop system, but the core gameplay was solid. Yeah, well, Aria of Sorrow is no different with the RNG drops. It's so frustrating sometimes. I can't remember what Harmony of Dissonance is like in that regard. I think that one might be a little nicer. But even so, I really miss that style of Castlevania. It's so sad. Especially what happened with the DS one, that was just horrible. And then I was really put off Metroid Samus Returns for a long time because I really hated what Mercury Steam did with Castlevania. Spyro, I'm glad you're here, lad. I'm losing me cool very quickly. Those darn fire pixies are burning up our lovely pastures. Is there anything you can do to get rid of the lot? Let's go and find out, shall we? If I can catch him. Oh, you're just supposed to freeze him. Okay. If there's one thing I wish was a little bit better about this game, I don't really think the soundtrack's that good. It's all a bit plinky plonky and a bit childish, in a way. Usually Spyro has really nice, like, subtle music. But this is a bit, like, in your face, kind of la 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 la. So yeah, I don't really like it as much. Oh my god, this is horrible. Slow down! Well, they're unfreezing basically instantly. Am I doing something wrong? Yeah, I agree there. AM2R was way better. But, you know. It's so frustrating. Why can't companies be good with fan-made projects? Seriously, if AM2R was released officially on the 3DS, maybe even as a companion piece to Samus Returns. Okay. You know what? I give up with this. This is just stupid. I could be going around in circles forever. Let's just exit the level. We can always... Well, I say we can always go back to it, but I'm probably never going to do it ever again, so... There you go. As a kid, I would have gone back to it. Anyway, going to move on to the next game now. So, everyone who's still here, what do you want to see next? Astro Boy or Corwin? Astro Boy, Corwin. Astro Boy, Corwin. Make your decision now, else I'll just guess. And we can stop this one. Actually, before we stop it, shall I reset and you can check out what an almost completed save file is like? Cool, someone on my Game Jam Discord just said they fixed something I was working on. Let's see what 48 hours of progress in this game looks like. Let's have a look at the atlas. 99% complete. Look at that. I've missed 3. I remember getting really frustrated about that. See, there's so much to do and find in this game. It's so good. It really does feel like a proper big console game. Look at all this stuff. Look at those totals. I'm so close. I'm so close to 100% completing it. Maybe one day I should try and actually go back to 100% it. 92%. So yeah. That's where I got up to as a kid. Anyway, right. Let's play some Astro Boy. I used to love this game. And Treasure is just an incredible developer. Oh, I did see what it was. That's good. That music, that sound effect, it's so nostalgic. And this music as well. I might need to turn it up a little bit. Love this tune. I'm giving away all the games that I'm doing here, but I'm also showing off Treasure's other GBA game in the full video. But unfortunately, I couldn't find this one. This was one of the games that for some reason is missing. I'm just going to have a look inside, but I'm pretty sure it's not in there. No. The instructions are in there, but no game. I have no idea where it is. So, that is a bit worrying. I don't know where it's gone. And I really love that game too. Dun 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 dun. Right, actually, I better, before we start playing this, I better change the stream so it doesn't say Spyro 2 anymore. It is not Spyro 2, it is Astro Boy. Does it have a colon? No. Astro Boy, Omega Factor. Hey, Karna's following. Hello, Ben. Hey, up. I'm not working very hard at all. And how do I change it on? I need to change the name of the game on Twitch too. Astro Boy. Omega Factor. Okay, we're done. Again, this is a game that I played a lot as a kid. It doesn't tell you how many hours though. But anyway, let's start a fresh save file. You've never seen Astro Boy gameplay? Oh, it's so good. Let me show you. Should we try it on hard? Let's try it on hard. Okay. So it's basically a really, really cool action platformer made by Treasure. And if you know who Treasure is, the developer, then you've pretty much got a good idea of what this game's like right from the start. So let's get through this cutscene. I won't let you die like this. Not if I can help it. I'll do everything I can to bring you back. No, I'll do better than that. I'll make you better than human. Tobio, my boy. I'll turn you Astro Boy. Basically, Astro Boy is like a precursor to Mega Man. Although the game doesn't really play anything like Mega Man. And apparently this was based on a new cartoon that came out in the early 2000s. 2003, I think. Yeah, 2003. And you can actually find all the different characters from the cartoon in the game as well. That's right, we can skip this. This is just a little bit of a tutorial. I know how to play. So it's kind of a beat 'em up mixed with a action platformer. But you get like cool different abilities later on in the game, and you can juggle the enemies and stuff. You got a laser you can fire that you can power up throughout the game. And there's all sorts of different people that you can find throughout the adventure as well. And this is really fun. If you kick an enemy, they actually bounce into other enemies as well, so... There's some levels later on where you just get whole screens of things flying around everywhere. Right. This is like a... blah 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 blah. These are some of the special powers. Oh, I didn't get to show off the other two. Carlos, good evening to you. Just purchased an original Xbox, looking forward to modding it. What are you looking forward to playing on it? And then here's the other thing, at the end of each stage, or whenever you find someone, you can actually power up all these different things as well, so... Let's start with a punch power up, because that's the main thing you'll be doing at the start of the game. Yeah, what are you looking forward to playing on the original Xbox? It's not really a system I've looked into that much. I know Sega had a lot of really cool games. Can we skip this? I want to get into a level. Whoa! I skipped a perfect time for that scream to mess up. Here we go, stage 1. Look at these incredible graphics! Oh, I love the GBA so much. The pixel art is just fantastic. If I remember right, there's someone hiding in one of these windows. Oh yeah, is the game a bit loud? I might turn the game down just a little bit. Let's try that. Black, Mortal Kombat, Splinter Cell. You can download the games from Internet Archive. I'm sure you can. You can download them from a lot of places. Oh no! The program I was using to play the game just crashed. I thought it was going a bit slow for some reason. We can just whiz through this. Will it start me from the level? Yeah, okay, we got right back to where we were. I'm trying to think what I enjoyed on the original Xbox. Panzer Dragoon Auto is really good. I love the Panzer Dragoon games. Crazy Taxi 3, High Rollers. Oh, Grabbed by the Ghoulies. And Conquer. Live and Reloaded. They're always fun. You really can't go wrong with any Rare games on the Xbox, really. I know they're not as good as what they did for the N64, but... they're still pretty fun. I tried to show off the arm cannon then. Didn't quite work. I love this music as well. It just screams early 2000s. What's my favourite console? Probably the SNES, honestly. I should do some more SNES videos, really. Whoa. Maybe the GBA, actually. I do really enjoy the Game Boy Advance library. I don't know. Maybe depending on what day you ask me, I'd have a different opinion. There we go, we rescued someone. Now you can, if I can find out how to actually talk to him, do I have to destroy the traffic light? Yeah. There we go. Now I've rescued someone. This is someone from the comic, or the cartoon. I can't believe it! You're a robot! That's amazing! I didn't expect to see anyone here. There we go, now we added someone to the grid. And we can choose an upgrade. Can't remember what a sensor does. Let's see. The example doesn't even show anything either. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I didn't show off. You can get some like weird guns that come out your bum for some reason. Let's power up the laser as well. Has anyone watching ever played Astro Boy before? Do you enjoy it? How do you feel it stacks up compared to the rest of the treasure library? Oh yeah, this is a good place to use the gun if I can remember how. I know why it's not working. L and R are set up wrong on this controller. It's actually the L and R triggers. It's actually that. That should be it. There we go. You should have done it before everyone left the screen though. Let's try it here. This is one of the bits I remember where you can just kick and send them flying all over the screen. And the levels do get more varied as well. This is just like an introduction to the gameplay. Oh no! Where am I being reset to? Back here? Oh no. This is what I get for playing it on hard, I guess. No one to rescue this time. I'm presuming I've already got it. Oh no, they are still there. Let's do the same again. Or maybe I'll put it in life this time. Seems like I need it. There was also an Astro Boy game for the PS2. They came out at the same time, but apparently that one's not very good. It was made by Sonic Team, so maybe that explains it. I think I pressed the wrong one. Yeah. I was aiming for the bomb gun. Let's see if we can use it here. Take all them out. There we go. That's what you're supposed to do with it. We can do this a lot better this time. Now we can use the giant laser to take all these out in one go. I still can't remember how you can tell what's powered up and what isn't. It seems like I've run out of power now. Ah! Oh no! I want that! Oh, I missed the life. Oh my god, please restart me from there. Okay, good. I don't know how I can dodge that, really. It's that yellow bar. I presume it just fills up when you hit enemies, basically. So I can use it again now. There we go. Clear that row out. And then, can we use it again? Yes. It's a shame I couldn't find my Gunstar Future Heroes part, else I would have showed you that game as well, because that one's probably a bit more interesting than this one, just because it has a lot more graphical effects going on. But I really do love this game, and I completely wasted that. Oh no, wow, yeah, hard mode really takes the life out of you. I just hit another checkpoint, so it's okay. I don't think it actually has lives, it's just all done on the checkpoint system, which is pretty good. Because I would have been right back to the start by this point already. Okay, can we get them both? Yes. And somehow we managed to dodge all them then. Let's try the bum attack. Has anyone ever watched Astro Boy before? I tried watching some of the original series, but, you know, it's kind of difficult to go back that far to, like, black and white anime. But, you know, he's an iconic character. And I saw some Astro Boy merch when I was in Japan going for crazy money. Like, insane. Like, £1,000 for a little statue of him or something. Or more. There's a really big collector's market for it in Japan. I guess a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for it. Okay, I get it now. So depending on how much you actually hit the enemies, you're filling up that green bar at the top until it fills up to the super number next to it. Okay, I did that pretty easily. It's the kind of game that once you get used to the controls and all of the different systems, you can really start to fly through it. Yeah, you got someone else. Should we try and power up? Oh, jets is a good one, because it means you can fly around the level faster. Boss fight time. Treasure's well known for their crazy boss fights. Oh, that didn't do anything. This one will. Oh, that was close. Oh yeah, the boss's health is those little red circles at the bottom there, so... He had 4 bits left. Oh, it's crashed again. Not sure what's going on with this program today. Let's restart it. I was having trouble before I started streaming as well. It kept flickering on and off for some reason. I don't know why it's been so temperamental. Let's give it a restart. In the meantime, what's anyone been playing recently? Anything interesting? I was saying a bit earlier I've been playing through Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Where is it? Operator End Task. It's a very flaky piece of software. The actual idea of being able to use your actual cartridges to play GBA games is great, but it doesn't really work that well. Now it's saying multiple instances detected, even though there isn't any. I do have a backup. I've got the analog pocket plugged in, so I might be able to swap over to that if this doesn't work. Let's try End Task. Let's try one more time. No. It just flashed up and flickered out of existence. Let's try the backup. Because I knew this might happen. So I did have this prepared. Just in case. Hey Tom. You've come at a bad time. The GB operator's broken. Again. And I'll give it one more go. No, it's not working. Right, where is my SNES controller? Ah, that's doing this stupid thing again as well. I have this problem with the analog pocket as well, where the controller still thinks it's being charged, even though it's been unplugged. And it just doesn't do anything. There was some button combination you can press to reset it, but I can't remember what it is. Might have to call this stream short if I can't get it to work. Let's try. It's flashing, but it's not seeing anything. Oh hey, it just booted back up again. Well, in the meantime, while this controller fixes itself, we can try and play Astro Boy again. The program just decided to launch itself. But yeah, Gion, I've been having so many issues with it. It's nice hardware, but I don't know whether it's my PC or something, but every so often it just randomly decides to disconnect. Or it tells me it's already open when it's not. The only real complaint I had before was the fact that the bar at the bottom is always there, but I've kind of got around that by making it full screen. But yeah, there's all these other really little annoyances. Sometimes the cart just comes loose, even though I haven't touched it. I think I'm getting too close to this boss. Oh no, and I just wasted one of my laser power-ups too. You know what, I don't think I've ever tried to play this on hard before. Let's see if I can do that without him firing his laser at me. Okay, good. Ah, it's crashed again. It just popped up with something saying, "You are about to quit. Are you sure you want to exit?" No. I don't know what's wrong with it. Oh. Let's see if we can connect the analog pocket instead. Oh, I don't understand this controller. It's flashing with 3 dots. What does that mean? What's it trying to connect to? There's instructions on the back. It says switch power plus Y. I don't know what the power button is. There's like 3 different buttons that turn it on. Is it that one? That's not doing anything. Is it the star? No. Start and select. That one's cycling through all the channels. What does it mean? I really hate Bluetooth, if you can't tell. Come on, connect. Do something. Don't know. I've got a cable plugged into the back of it. Let's see if that does anything. No, it didn't. Maybe we're not going to be able to play anything. I really don't understand that controller, but the analog pocket dock's really stupid and it only works with very specific controllers. Let's see how long we can play this for before it decides to conk out on me again. I'll try and stay on the floor a bit longer so I can dodge that laser beam. You played and finished this game a few months ago. Awesome. I haven't played it in a long time, but it definitely lives up to my memories of it. Whoa! Okay, do not jump on top of him when he's about to die. Have you played any of the other treasure games for the GBA? I was hoping to play some Gunstar Heroes. But it looks like the analog pocket's refusing to connect again for some reason. I'm doing better this time. Okay, now get out of the way. Okay, now watch out from jumping. Ah! Am I supposed to try and time the laser like that? Yeah, that worked. Oh god, I'm scared. Okay, we can do that and punch him at the same time. He's nearly dead. I think if he actually lands on me though, I'll be dead, so I've got to be really careful. Yeah, we did it! Please don't crash, please don't crash. Stage clear. Wow, that was only the first stage as well. This game gets crazy as it goes on. I'm not paying any attention to the story, really. Good job, Astro! Now we get to do a shoot 'em up section. And again, look how nice these graphics are. So good. Yeah, they've got characters from all sorts of different... I can't remember what the guy's name is, but there's actually like an encyclopedia of all the different characters in this game. And you can find them all throughout the levels, which is really cool. So, if you're a fan of... What's his name? Tetsu something? If you're a fan of Mr. Astro Boy, there's definitely a lot of fan service in this game for you. I can imagine people in Japan were like going crazy when this game came out, thanks to all the different references and stuff. I wonder if it's the same for the PS2 game. I've not really played that one before, but apparently it's nowhere near as good as the GBA one. But I think this one got rated really highly. I definitely really enjoy it. But I'm still a little bit frustrated about how awkward that controller is to set up with the analog pocket, because I wanted to show you Guardian... Not Guardian Heroes. Gunstar Heroes. But if this program doesn't decide to cack its pants again, we can play some Kuro in Paradise in a minute. That was one of the other games that I wanted to show. In fact, just give me 1 second. I was supposed to be recording these at the same time, but I turned OBS off just in case it would help, but it didn't, so there we go. Just turned it back on. We can capture some Astro Boy goodness to use in the video on Friday. Oh, that's a tight squeeze through there! Somehow I got through that in one piece. It's fun playing this on hard. I don't remember having much of a challenge when I played it last time, so the fact that I actually have to worry about my health and dying is pretty good. Kind of refreshing in a way. You've actually got to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, boss time. I'm just going to go straight for the lasers. I've got two, so let's just use the other one straight away as well. Can we take him out before he does anything? Not quite. Look how big those bullets are! Oh my god. Whoa, okay. Let's try this. That hardly did anything as well. No! Oh, I forgot I can dodge. Damn it! Damn it, I forgot I can dodge. Okay, right. Gonna try and connect this controller. It's just pulsing. Do I need to take it out? I don't know which one the analog pocket refers to, because on the controller it says switch D input, X input, or Mac OS, and I've no idea which one I'm supposed to be aiming for. I thought Bluetooth was just Bluetooth. Why are there like 4 different versions? No. Let's try. No, nothing. It's dead. Okay, let's play some Kuro in Paradise. Let's not worry about that. So if anyone doesn't know, let's give it a little blow, see whether that helped. There we go. It is an official cartridge. So this is a Nintendo produced puzzle game, I guess you could call it that. Action puzzle game. When this loads up in a second. It's a really interesting and unique game as well. There's not really anything else like it outside of this series. So it'll be fun to give this one a play. I'm guessing that means new. There we go. We do have English. Let's call this one Retro. And I'm guessing that means play. And I'm not going to try and do voice acting for these ones, but luckily this is a game that you don't need any language skills for. You can instantly get the idea of this game. Dun, 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 dun. So basically you just control the stick and you go through loads of really fun little puzzle levels, and you've got to try and beat the record, or beat the ghost for the level. And if you beat it under a certain amount of time, then you get a star. And there are a few, like, interesting extra gameplay things that you can do as well in this version. So you can hold the R button down to spin a bit faster, so you don't have to wait as long between areas, which is a nice addition. So like there I could speed it up a little bit to get into the goal. So has anyone played Corwin before? Does anyone know much about these games? There was two on the GBA, and there was one on the GameCube as well. And then since then, Nintendo kind of forgot the series existed. Oh, and it crashed again! What is wrong with it? I'm surprised the camera's working okay, because that was crashing the other day. God damn it. The stream is not going well. And the whole program just crashed. And I can't get the controller working on here. Oh, this sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I was hoping for a fun stream tonight, because I hadn't streamed in so long. Everything's going wrong. I can't get the controller to connect. I'm doing all the button combinations, and it's just flashing with 3 lights for no good reason. And that program keeps crashing. Well, we got 2 games done anyway. I guess I'll just go and record the other ones offline once I've figured out these issues. Because unfortunately, I can't really do anything if I can't trust that the games are actually going to work. So, I don't know. I'll try and fix things and I can stream again soon. So, thanks for stopping by anyway. We managed to get an hour through the stream. So, hope you're looking forward to the video on Friday. And I'll end it here and go and do a bit of troubleshooting, I think. So, have a good evening, everyone. Sorry about that. Bye.